most men wore in those days. He had quick, piercing eyes and the wind-burned look of a man who spent much of his time out of doors. Tom had the reputation of being a dogged and honest lawman, keeping the peace in a vast and mostly empty region. In those days, Custer County extended all the way from the Dakotas to Bozeman, Montana, a greater area than some eastern states. Charlie Brown's saloon was a single-story log building in the corner of 5th and Main, just across the street from Jimmy Coleman's cottage saloon, where most of the soldiers from Fort Keogh spent their pay. Charlie Brown was quite the character. Big-hearted and open-handed, he served as veterinarian, justice of the peace, and auctioneer for the town. He also ran a livery stable and traded horses in addition to managing the saloon that bore his name. In the saloon's back room, Charlie kept a tin boiler of mulligan stew simmering on the stove night and day, free to anyone who was hungry. He was behind the bar when Tom and me walked in. "Who the hell sent for the peace officers?" Charlie asked. "This place got enough damn deadbeats already." Tom grinned. "We came in here against our better judgment," he said, "to abuse our stomachs. Bring us a couple bowls of your mulligan and 2 cold beers. Lucky for you I'm in a good mood. I might even pay you this time." Charlie's grin matched Tom's. "Oh, hell, I suppose I better. You'll probably arrest me if I don't. Send me off to the prison at Deer Lodge." Charlie turned to me. "You look like a decent feller," he said. "What the hell you hanging round this bum for? He's crooked, you know. Crooked as a gully." I dealt myself in on their good-natured game. "Oh, I know he is," I said. "I'm taking crooked lessons from him so's I can run for sheriff." Tom pulled out a chair at a deal table and sat down. "Meet Merlin Fanshaw, Charlie," he said. "Merlin is chief deputy to Chance Ridgway." Charlie's handshake was firm. "Ach, ja, I know Marshal Ridgway," he said. "Good man. Welcome to Charlie Brown's." With that, Charlie stepped behind the bar, drew 2 beers, and set them before us. Then he disappeared into the back room and returned with 2 steaming bowls of stew, a plate of hot sourdough biscuits, and a bowl of butter. "Eat hearty, boys," he said, and went back to his place behind the bar. Tom picked up a biscuit, tossing it from hand to hand until it cooled enough to eat. "Well," he said, "you heard the man. Eat hearty." I picked up a biscuit myself. "I can do that," I said. We finished our meals. We ordered a second round of beers and then a third. We lingered long, getting acquainted, as men will. I had met Tom on a previous trip to Miles City, but we'd never talked at length. I found him to be a gifted storyteller, and his tales of hunting buffalo during the last years of the great northern herds, of horses he'd used and owned, and of outlaws he'd pursued, kept us up late at the table as night fell and the streets grew dark. Customers came and went. Charlie Brown made his way through the saloon, lighting the big coal-oil lamps that hung above the tables. A few sports bucked the tiger at a faro layout across the room. Near the front doors, a draw poker game plodded on. 2 dance-hall girls, well past their maidenhood, drank together at a table, their faces haggard and sad in the lamplight. "Well," Tom said, "I expect we ought to call it a day. You've had a long ride, and I reckon you could use some shut-eye. I can fix you up with a bed down at the jail if you like." "I'd appreciate that," I said. "I'll need to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when I meet Ridgway in the morning." Leaving Charlie Brown's was a step from lamplight into darkness. Away from the Main Street saloons, Miles City slept, under overcast skies with neither moon nor stars to light the gloom. Here and there, street lamps cast pale circles of light, but there seemed neither rhyme nor reason to their location or their numbers. With Tom leading the way, we walked along the empty street. A cold breeze met us as we went, and I shivered in spite of myself. Gradually, my eyes adjusted to the dark, and I found the going easier. Then Tom stopped suddenly, and I nearly ran into him. He stood tall, his attention fixed on a 2-story brick building a block away. "Funny," he said. "I thought I saw a light over yonder."